Hello, hockey fans. Austin here with a special edition of the pregame report between the Oilers and Stars. Game 3 is actually tomorrow. Now, I'm recording this as of 7:30 p.m. local time on Saturday. And why the heck am I uploading this on Saturday night instead of Sunday morning like I normally would on a game day? Well, that's because the NHL decided, you know what? Western Conference Final, we're going to stick a 1 p.m. local time matinee game in the middle of this series. So because of the quick turnaround for the Oilers and Stars, I figured I would just get the pregame report out as early as I could, allow everyone to maybe check this thing out before the game tomorrow. If you end up watching it the night that I uploaded, which is Saturday, that's awesome. If you end up seeing this on game day, of course, that's also great. If you enjoyed today's pregame report, make sure to hit that like button. And if you really like it and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, which you should be because we are celebrating 6,000 subscribers. We just hit the milestone today. Thank you all so much. I'll be doing some gifted membership giveaways tonight, and I'm excited about that. Or I guess not tonight, tomorrow, because the game's tomorrow, right? See, my brain's all out of sorts. Now, hopefully the Oilers and Stars brains are not out of sorts with this matinee game. I'm expecting a high-octane matchup. The Oilers have not played at home since Game 4 against the Vegas Golden Knights, and they're probably itching to play in front of their home fans here. The Dallas Stars, of course, they have lost home ice advantage momentarily, but they have an opportunity, just like they did last year in Edmonton. If you take Game 3, they go up 2-1 in the series, and they kind of get themselves in that driver's seat. But there's a lot of hockey to play. This series is now a best of 5, and we're only getting started here, folks. We're only getting started with the excitement and the chaos that is the Stanley Cup playoffs. So in the pregame report, I'll be going over the projected lineups, the playoff stats for both teams, the keys to the game, players to watch, and of course the score prediction. So let me know all of your players to watch. Let me know your score prediction. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section below. You know the drill. And let's discuss the projected lineups for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, because today was an off day, they were traveling today back home to Alberta, both teams. We don't know what the exact lineup is going to look like until the pregame warm-up tomorrow. So I'm assuming Chris Knoblauch likely sticks with his current formation. Now, if you look on the screen, you see some numbers beside all the lines and defense pairs. Why did I do that? Well, I wanted to give more context for how certain players play together and how certain lines play together. So, the top line for Edmonton, Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, and Hyman in the postseason at 5-on-5. They hold a 66.85 expected goal share. That basically means they are completely dominating play when those three are on the ice. They're generating a lot of chances. They're generating a lot of looks. And we know they're not scoring a whole bunch right now. Nugent Hopkins, of course, he has goals on the power play in 2 consecutive games. You love that for the Nuge. Connor McDavid, he's still stuck on only 3 goals in the postseason. But according to Mike Kelly, he is due. Mike Kelly, of course, with Sport Logic. I've shown some of his tweets before on the channel. Now, Connor McDavid leads the playoffs in slot shots and inner slot shots. However, he only has 3 goals. So this means one of 2 things is going to happen, especially with how strong McDavid's metrics are. He's going to regress positively, and the goals are going to start coming in bunches, or he continues to run at a pretty low PDO, which I don't think is going to happen. Connor McDavid is due. I think Zach Hyman is also due, but Zach Hyman has taken a completely different role in the postseason for Edmonton. Now, of course, the last couple seasons, Zach Hyman has been instrumental in this team's offense, but his role in this year's playoffs, and I don't know if this was a coaching decision or if Zach Hyman went, listen, guys, I just got that dog in me. You got to let me run free and do my thing. Zach Hyman is the physical driver of the Edmonton Oilers because he is on the ice for almost 20 minutes a night. He is basically just dumping pucks into corners and laying the body on defensemen, opposing teams' defensemen. He did it all series against the Kings, did it all series against the Golden Knights, and he is doing it once again against the Dallas Stars. Zach Hyman has been a wrecking ball, and he is causing turnovers, and as a series progresses, the longer a series goes, those types of hits that Zach Hyman is throwing, keep your feet on the ice, Hyman. There's a couple hits where it definitely looked like he lifts his feet, he kind of jumps into the hit. He's got to be careful. The ref's got to be keeping an eye out for that. There's a couple times I've seen it. They are going to call him for that. Don't lift your feet off the ice, Zach. But the longer a series goes, those hits are absolutely punishing on the body. And if he's doing it 10 times a game, let's say 6 times to Heiskanen and 6 times to Lindell every single game or whatever the situation is, that adds up a lot. And it's not just Hyman. Of course, the whole team has been physical. Speaking of physicality. You have the second line with Podkolzin, Draisaitl, and Kasperi Kapanen. As a trio, they control 73% of the expected goal share at 5-on-5. Obviously, very small sample size with these three together. They were only put together in Game 4 against the Golden Knights. But since they've been put together as a line, they are so effective on the forecheck. They're great with their puck management, and their defensive game has also been strong. Of course, Draisaitl, we want to avoid those turns on the half wall and then giving the puck up when you're trying to play it back to your defenseman. Teams know what you're doing, man. Just manage the puck a little better. Honestly, for Draisaitl, I'd love it if you just threw random junk onto Jake Ottinger. There's been a ton of rebounds, and Ottinger's been a little bit leaky. He's made some really big saves in the series, but Game 2 against the Stars, the Oilers had ample opportunity to score more than just the 3 goals that they did. Credit to the Stars' defense for clearing the crease and the blue paint, and credit Jake Ottinger for reacting after a puck gets behind him. There was a decent amount of pucks that were just sitting there available if an Oiler was there. And luckily for the Stars, the Oilers couldn't bury a few more opportunities. Podkolzin and Kapanen specifically, of course, Kapanen, we're not looking for offense. We do love that he won that series against the Golden Knights in overtime in Game 5, but this line together is effective. They keep the opposing team in their own zone when they're on the ice. And look for Draisaitl to maybe be in a shutdown line against Mikko Rantanen. He went up against the Eichel line on home ice in the Vegas series, so I am curious to see how Knoblauch puts these players out in their current formation. Now, the third line for Edmonton, Evander Kane, Adam Henrique, and Connor Brown. Connor Brown had a goal against Dallas in Game 2. We love that for Connor Brown. He has 5 goals now in the postseason. Playoff Connor Brown is an absolute dog. He has all that dog in him. I would extend Connor Brown. Whenever the playoffs end, give Connor Brown an extension. Let's go. Also, still need to get that hat trick, so I buy his jersey. Come on, Brown. I know you can do it. But this trio, they don't have great possession or expected goals for percentage metrics. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that Evander Kane and Connor Brown, those are the two guys that don't really work well together. And the metrics show that. The eye test is showing that. I would like if Knoblauch, maybe if he put Trent Frederic up there, or if he switched Janmark with Henrique, just any kind of change. Janmark with Brown, and then maybe you have Frederic center that fourth line. I don't know what the decision would be. Maybe you put Podkolzin down to the third line, Kane up with Draisaitl. There's a lot of wiggle room to tinker with this lineup. And we also don't know if Matthias Ekholm is going to be back in the lineup too. If Ekholm is in, do you take any defensemen out or do you run 11-7? If you go 11-7, well, then I'm not too worried about how every line looks, because that fourth line is going to be missing one player all the time. And you can run McDavid for an extra shift, Draisaitl for an extra shift. There's going to be looks that different guys can have. So as it currently stands, though, Kane, Henrique, and Brown, that line needs to get going just a little bit. I know Brown is not at 100% right now. If he's not at 100%, make a switch, Knoblauch. Get someone else on that line. We'll see what they do today against the Dallas Stars, though. And then the fourth line, of course, Frederic Janmark Perry, 44.56 expected goals for percentage. This is a 20-minute sample size, by the way, so I would not even worry about that. They are basically treading water. They are not really a negative or a positive right now. They are leaning towards the negative side, though, so hopefully they can kind of get their juices going. Trent Frederic, he's had moments where he looks really good. He has some moments where he doesn't look so good. Let's see what Chris Knoblauch has up his sleeve first game on home ice in the series. Now, when we take a look at these defense pairings, oh boy, look at Kulak and Bouchard. One of the reasons I was so hard on Chris Knoblauch, Paul Coffey more specifically, at keeping these specific defense pairs together and not splitting them up is because look how strong all of their 5-on-5 metrics are. Kulak with Bouchard, they hold a 70.82 expected goals for percentage when they are on the ice together, and those two on the ice against Dallas in this series have completely nullified any attempt from the Dallas Stars. The Stars don't even have a single high-danger chance with those two on the ice at 5-on-5. Keep Kulak and Bouchard together. Even if Ekholm is healthy, I like Kulak and Bouchard together. On the second pair, you have Nurse with Stetcher. They carry a 65.39 expected goals for percentage since they got put together in Game 4 against the Vegas Golden Knights. They work well. They work very well. They seem to read off each other very well. And Nurse and Stetcher, they complement each other's games a lot. Darnell Nurse, he can just settle into his game. It allows him to, use a bit of that open ice that Stetcher allows with his physicality physicality and his tenacity. Stecher closes off lanes and gaps very, very quickly, and that allows Darnell Nurse to read, react, grab the puck, and then go on transition. Those two players, again, keep those two together. And then on the third pair, Jake Wallman and John Klingberg, they have, since they've been playing together in the playoffs, 62.85 expected goals for percentage as a defense pair. Again, you look at these three defense pairs, and as long as they're being properly rolled out by Paul Coffey throughout the game at 5-on-5, they work really, really well together. So if Ekholm is available, and I want to know what you all think too, do you go 11-7? Do you pull maybe Trent Frederick or Corey Perry out of the lineup? I know Perry has 5 goals, but I'm just looking at the speed aspect. That's the only reason I would pull Corey Perry, just the speed aspect. That's all. Do you pull it forward, go 11-7, or do you insert Ekholm? And if you insert Ekholm, which defenseman do you take out of this formation? Because right now, as it stands, I don't think anyone really deserves to come out of the lineup. I think it would be very unfair to take Stecher out of the lineup because he really settles Darnell Nurse down. Now, obviously, in an optimal world, Darnell Nurse should not need someone to settle him down, but this is hockey, team game. Sometimes certain players work with others, sometimes certain players don't. But if you have a combination that is working, I don't know, maybe I'm superstitious. I like keeping these guys together. I want to know what you think. Do you put Ekholm in? Do you go 11-7? Who do you take out? I would lean towards, now there's going to be people who don't like hearing this, the one defenseman that I would take out, and it's not for a lack of ability, and it's not because they haven't been playing well. They actually have played way better than I could have ever hoped for in the postseason, would be John Klingberg. I just think I feel like he would be the odd man out, but because Troy Stecher has been healthy scratched in the past as well, I could see Klingberg or Stecher coming out. I don't know who you play Ekholm with if he is reinserted into the lineup. They haven't even had a practice with him in the rotation yet, so it'll be interesting to see. I imagine Ekholm won't play Game 3, but by the time you watch this video, that might not age well, that statement. And of course, Stuart Skinner is in the crease as the starter for Edmonton. He has 3 shutouts in his last 4 starts. And since taking over in the Vegas series, he has a sub-2 goals against average. He has a +3 goals saved above expected and a .927 save percentage. If you take that King series out, since he has been reinserted as Edmonton's starter, he has won 3 out of his, how many starts would that be? 3, 4, 5. He's 3 and 2. 3-2, I think. I think that's what the stats are. But his numbers have been very, very solid. Of course, 3 shutouts is going to help that. Do I expect shutouts every night that Skinner wins? No. Again, we're just asking for a 900 save percentage, right? That's all we want. 900 save percentage. Skinner is doing his job at 5-on-5. It's where the penalty kill starts to struggle. And speaking of the penalty kill, let's talk about the stats for both teams. The normal stats and, of course, some of the advanced metrics. Dallas is 9-6 in the postseason. They rank second in the playoffs with a 33.3% power play. Their penalty kill, rock solid, also second, 84.3%. The Oilers went 1 for 5 in Game 2, and Dallas only had 2 power play opportunities in Game 2, so they're going to be looking to draw a couple more power plays because they really do rely on it to, shift momentum in games. It's not that they need power plays to win, but the power play is instrumental in their ability to get themselves back into a game, as we saw in Game 1, or get themselves going and giving them energy for the 5-on-5 play. I noticed when Dallas scores on the power play, their 5-on-5 game also turns around in a positive way. So if you're the Oilers, that penalty kill has to remain solid. You can't give Dallas anything easy. No stupid penalties. Darnell Nurse, looking at you. Corey Perry, looking at you. Don't take dumb penalties. Stop it. I'll scold all of you. Goals per game for the Stars, they rank 10th at 2.67. Goals against per game, they rank 4th, 2.93. Their expected goals at 5-on-5 ranks 8th at 48.71%. High danger chances for ranks 7th, and shots for percentage ranks 13th, 45.48%. They had a better game at 5-on-5 in Game 2. That third period, the Dallas Stars outchanced Edmonton 7-1. The high danger chances were 7-1 in the third period in Game 2 for Dallas. If you're the Oilers and you have a lead in the third, you can't afford to sit back. Dallas is too good. They are far too strong of a hockey team. They have too much talent and too much depth to sit back and, have them come and attack you in waves. If you're the Oilers, the way you played in the first 40 minutes in Game 1 and the way you played in the first 40 minutes of Game 2, can you Can you put together that full 60 minutes? Can you do that for a sustained 60? If the Oilers do that, they will have a ton of success in game 3 and 4 in Edmonton. Speaking of the Oilers as well, they are 9-4 in the postseason. Since losing the first 2 games to the LA Kings, they are 9-2. So they've won 9 of their last 11 games. Their power play ranks 7th at 25%. Very respectable, but I think we all know the power play probably has another level to get to. Their penalty kill ranks 15th, 64.1%. You know what? They went 2 for 2 on the kill in game 2. I'll take it. I'll take any win the team can get. If they can get that penalty kill up to 70% by the end of the series, I would be ecstatic. So let's hope that happens. Hopefully they also just stay out of the box as well. Goals per game for the Oilers, they rank 4th, 3.77. Goals against per game, they rank 8th, 3.08. Expected goals for percentage ranks 2nd. High danger chances for ranks 2nd. And shots for percentage ranks 3rd in the postseason. Of course, all these rankings do include teams that have been eliminated. So among teams that remain in the playoffs, the Oilers have the best expected goals, best high danger chances, and second best shots for percentage. Now, let's get to the keys to the game for the Edmonton Oilers. Lay the body. Keep laying the body is what I should have wrote. The Oilers have been extremely physical. They had 50 hits in game 2. They out-hit the Dallas Stars in game 1. And a lot of people will argue, well, if you're out-hitting your opponent, that means you don't have the puck as much. The Oilers, for 40 minutes in game 1, 40 minutes in game 2, they controlled play at 5-on-5, and they were being more physical because you are dumping the puck into their corner, you're dumping and chasing, and then you were hitting guys. The Oilers have also been very stingy in the neutral zone. They're not allowing Dallas to get those attacks off the rush. Dallas likes to use their speed. They like to attack on transition, and the Oilers are stepping up, not only in the neutral zone, but their own blue line, and when the puck goes into their corner as well, they're also hitting the body. So keep laying the body if you're Edmonton. Dallas is not an overly physical team, and if you can take advantage of that, look at Carolina and Florida right now in that series. Florida is an incredibly physical team, and Carolina isn't. And sometimes you need that physicality to control the pace of the game and also put into the minds of the opposing team when they have the puck, they better move it quickly because someone is going to be coming right at them. There's no space to do anything with the puck. No time to make a move. You got to be moving it. I like Edmonton's physical style right now. It's not what they did in the regular season, but they're doing what they need to do to win now, and that's what I care about. Number 2 for Edmonton, of course, feeding off the home crowd. Anyone that is going to Rogers Place tonight, you make sure that you hit a level that Rogers Place has never seen before for sound. Blow the roof off of that building tomorrow afternoon, or this afternoon if you're watching this on game day. Seriously, Oilers fans, you are unbelievable. You're the best fans in the league. You're the loudest fans in the league. I'm pretty sure my ears are still ringing from game 4 against the LA Kings. Make the Dallas Stars feel that pressure. Get on top of them. You are essentially the 7th player on the ice for Edmonton. You have the 5 skaters in your goalie, so that's 6. Edmonton fans, you are the 7th skater for the Oilers. You have the ability to really lay it into the Dallas Stars and also feed constant energy to the players. If Edmonton feeds off of your energy, which I know you're all going to bring, they're going to have a great game. And number 3, I've already stated it a few times, no dumb penalties. No dumb penalties. Don't do it. Nurse, Perry, Kane, I'm looking at all 3 of you. You 3 stooges are the ones that are usually taking the dumb penalties. So if you're going to take a penalty, has to be worth it, has to be something, are you taking away a scoring chance, or is it just an after whistle scrum like Corey Perry? You grab a guy by the jersey and throw him down. Don't do that. For the Dallas Stars, their keys to the game. Number 1, they need someone other than Rantin to score. And I guess I shouldn't say score. They do have guys that have been putting the puck in the net. Sagan has 4 goals. They have guys who have scored. They need someone other than Rantanen to drive the bus, though. Mikko Rantanen is an unbelievable talent, and the Oilers have done a good job so far at kind of limiting his time and space. He's not getting the same shots and looks that he had in previous series, and I think there's some credit that has to be given to the Oilers' defense. But also for Rantanen as well, he is a player that when he's on his game, he's unstoppable. And he will find his game before the end of the series. Don't worry. He is due to explode. But Dallas, until he can get going on offense, they need someone else in that lineup to really drive the bus, bring everyone with them, and try and find some extra depth, especially at 5-on-5. They need 5-on-5 production. They have been held at bay in this series at even strength. They, of course, scored an empty netter in game 1, and they got 2 goals at 5-on-5 in game 1. So they have 2 goals in 100 or so minutes at 5-on-5. Obviously, that's not good enough. You need to produce a little bit more 5-on-5. And for Dallas, if they can do that, obviously they're in a great position to win the hockey game. And Stuart Skinner, his 3 wins in the playoffs were all shutouts. So if you can get 1 goal on Stu, maybe you can get 5 or 6, because that seems to be what happens. If he's not getting a shutout, he's giving up 5 or 6 goals, 5-on-5 production. And of course, number 3 for the Stars, get the first goal. Dallas, of course, they did come back in game 1, and that is a credit to them. They utilized their killer instinct on the power play, and then they continued to push even at 5-on-5. But if Dallas gets behind for a 3rd straight game, it allows the Oilers to settle into their own game, and it allows them to attack off of the rush. It allows Edmonton to dictate the pace of play. For Dallas, when they got that lead in the 3rd period against Edmonton, the Oilers had nothing. They had absolutely nothing going. They couldn't get any good looks. Dallas locked it down. They have the ability to lock it down when they have the lead. If you're Dallas, get the lead. Now, my players to watch, number 1 for Edmonton, I was going to go Connor McDavid, but you know what? I'm going to go Leon Draisaitl. He has been up and down in this series in terms of his defensive play, mostly good, but for Leon, I'm curious to see if Chris Knoblauch is utilizing him in a checking role just like he was against Vegas, or if they're going to try and get Draisaitl out against some of the bottom 6 players of the Dallas Stars and try and produce offense and maybe put McDavid against the higher end talent for the Stars. I shouldn't say higher end talent. The players that play the most on Dallas. Everyone in Dallas is a very good player. They have great depth. And for the Dallas Stars, I'm looking at Wyatt Johnston. Now, Johnston is an abysmal -15 in the postseason. He has 8 points, but it's just, I think Wyatt Johnston has a lot more to give right now. And if Roope Hintz is not going to play, we don't know if he's going to be in the lineup or not. They need someone else to step up. Wyatt Johnston, he is young, he's talented, he's skilled, he has all the talent in the world. He needs to start helping out at 5-on-5, and I have a feeling Wyatt Johnston is going to have some success tonight. Now, that leads us to our score prediction. What the heck is the score prediction going to be? Well, game 1, I predicted a Stars win. They won. Game 2, I predicted an Oilers win. The Oilers won, and guess what? I am going to go with a big Oilers win for game 3. My prediction is going to be 5-3 Edmonton with the happy face. You love to see it. Hopefully it comes true. I like Edmonton's chances. I'm feeling good. I am putting the positive energy out there, and I'm just excited for the game. If you want to tune into the live stream at 1 p.m., local time for the game, absolutely tune in. I live stream during every single playoff game. Cannot wait. It's going to be a blast. I'm excited to hear that Edmonton crowd. Once again, you are all absolutely deafening, even in my headphones when I'm watching the broadcast on Sportsnet. It's going to be a great game. Edmonton has a terrific opportunity to go up 2-1 in the series. Keep advantage of that home ice that you have now that you split in Dallas, and really put the pressure on the Stars. If Edmonton gets out to an early lead, I like their chances. Let's see if they can get the job done in game 3. Let's go Oilers. Tell someone that you love them before the game tonight. And as always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. We'll see you soon.